way, by all means necessary. You must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth. Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver, whichever way, by all means necessary. You must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth. Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver, whichever way.
This speaking through spokesperson, they said no. When Leeds and everybody, all these people were campaigning, they come through spokespeople. So let everybody come physically. Tell you what you will do. Take note. Because what happens in our place is that, so you can take it. What happens in our place is that people come, tomorrow and say, I didn't say it. It was my party or somebody who said it. We want to listen to them what they want to say. Nobody goes for interview. All of you go one day looking for a job. Nobody's going to go for interview for you. You go physically yourself. So we are now looking for jobs. It must be a physical appearance. If they like, let them even do it through Zoom. But they must be interviewed directly. But I prefer that they come here. There's enough way to come here. You know, it's train. Somebody, I've already bought train ticket where somebody offered to drive me down. This train is very easy. If you come out of train, this is state business school, you can come anywhere. If you want bicycle, there's enough bicycle in Oxford to drive there, anything you want. So let them.
Support Christians is telling you false statement. And that is the problem with bringing octogenarian.
So what party are you moving to?
I am not contemplating any party yet, but I must have to tell you, a friend of mine, a northern brother of mine from Kano State, when he learned I was coming to this program, he told me that I must be obicentric going forward.
You join the obedient movement.
Good. This is a northern Muslim talking. Anybody that is telling you that northern Muslims will not support Christians is telling you false statement. And that is the problem with bringing octogenarians to manage your party and manage the affairs of government. Senator Adamu.
Have you joined the obedience team?
I am obicentric, but I have not joined any party because that is the ticket that has actually provided need to change the system of Nigeria.
But it goes in APC and PDP says it's just an internet sensation. I mean, social media buzz, and of course that, for example, on Saturday, when the Osun State governorship election will be held, that you see where Labour Party will be, and it won't be among the top three or something like that. When they say such things, what do you say to them?
Do you remember the time that APC was campaigning in 2015? They were the originators of internet sensation. And so, why are they crying if it is not making any impact? When I read business administration, they taught me that the strategy of marketing starts with drawing attention. We call it the IADA principle. Attention, interest, desire before action. So stimulating attention of the people is the first thing you have to do when you want to market a product.
And Obi is doing that well.
They are doing it effectively well. And that is why those people are rattled.
So what party are you moving to?
Because Tinubu told us that, Kuro, if we have a country, Mr. Kuro, if we have a country where people are discerning, where people are futuristic, where people are watching what is going on in the politics, we're supposed to protest over this. Because Tinubu told us that with the removal of fuel subsidy, this thing I'm hearing now will be non-existent. So where is the money for the subsidy? You mean we are not supposed to ask questions? You can say that we have been lied to. Tinubu have lied to Nigerians. Look at what he said, that the money is to cushion the effect of subsidy removal after 2 years plus. So this same money that states are sharing, they are now going to what? Replenish it. You can see deceit of the highest order. This man was just trying to cover our eyes with lies. $24 billion. Can you imagine?
Sorry, 21.5.
21 point something billion dollars. Now let me ask you. You mean since Tinubu came into office 2 years ago, we have not been making any money. Nigeria have not earned anything at all. So all this money that they are taking from us, all this one, from taxes, where is the money? Mr. Okoro, you and I know very well that the pension scheme has garnered over 20-something trillion naira. The pension, even at the point, government wanted to borrow money from that particular scheme.
I think they actually did. Minister, what is curious here is that this pension scheme we are talking about is contributory.
But exactly.
People contributed
It's their money. So why are you going to borrow money? That is, they are taking that money away. Mr. Okoro, they are taking that money.
to offset the arrears.
The money have gone. The money have gone. You can imagine. Mr. Okoro, that money is gone. You can see what you are talking about. When they told us here that he has cleared all the money we are owing. No, but I said it here. I said it on this platform that it's a lie. He's preparing to go and borrow more money. By the time he cleared that, we now say yes, you are eligible for more borrowing. That's not what happened. Mr. Okoro, is that not what I said? I said it here on this platform. When some people were gullible Nigerians were jubilating that he had paid our money. He had paid and said, please wait. Please wait. The remaining 140-something trillion that is still there, whom are we owing that money? Now the thing is going up to 180-something trillion naira. And you are preparing future for the youth. Mr. Okoro, who will pay this money? Is it not the same youth to say you are preparing a glorious future for them? Why can this continue for God's sake? What can you... Why is it that we don't have the people talking again in Nigeria? We should be asking, no, it's not enough. One person is not enough. I'm talking the whole Nigeria.
Barrister, others are talking.
No, I'm not talking enough. No, so I know what would have happened if APC were in no position today. They would allow PDP to do this. They will not. Look at what is going on. One man dribbling everybody. You told them when you remove fuel subsidy, there will be no borrowing. Everything will be in paradise. In hospital, school, everything will be okay. Now look at what is going on. You are now going to borrow money to do the same thing you promised to do with fuel subsidy removal. You can see that all these things are lies, pure lies, complete lies. There is no single truth in what Tinubu has been telling Nigerians. With this what I'm hearing now, look at what he listed that you were coming to do with that money. So all this while you are not making any money in Nigeria, Abi. You are not making money. We are not generating any money. Oh my God.
Now let's take this conversation.
So Kuro, if we have...
And you said no matter what the Senate does, the Senate will never go with you. The Senate will not go with you. You said no matter what this Senate does, the Senate will not have your vote on anything the Senate does. That's what you said on television. I don't know, but I'm saying that if you have already made up your mind to go and talk on television when the Senate has not even considered any issue, I want to let you know.
To me, please.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm only saying, please allow me to preside. Allow me to preside.
make my point for which...
Stand up and make a point.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please, you know, we must have mutual respect for all of our colleagues, okay? And I do have regard for you, particularly as our presiding officer.
I appreciate
And I think that should be reciprocal. Now, the point of order, Mr. President, Henry Siraki Dixon, Bayelsa West. The point of order I rose to address is to draw the attention of the presiding officer and our colleagues to the specific provisions of our rules. Each one of us is guided by two documents: the Constitution of the Federal Republic, upon which we're sworn, and the rules that govern our proceedings. The proclamation has been read to us, and I wanted to draw your attention, Mr. President, respectfully, and the attention of all our colleagues, to the specific provisions of our rules. Order 135. The framers of this order are very exhaustive. Once you say state of a...
Let me begin on a personal note by congratulating Governor Amechi on achieving this milestone. He's a friend I've known from his days as Governor of Rivers. I would like to wish you happy celebrations and many, many more years of service to our country. But since the professor has decided to call me out, the reality about poverty in Nigeria is that many of the elite really do not even know what poverty is. A lot of the time we talk about these numbers. The example the professor gave was a very potent example. In all my life as an economist, as a banker, as a governor of the central bank, I looked at these numbers. X% of Nigerians live on less than $1 a day. X% of Nigerians in multidimensional poverty. And the numbers are bad, but you don't know how bad they are until you actually go and look into the eyes of poverty. The case of that lady was an eye-opener for me. I did not know poverty until I became an emir. When you actually go to a village, see the water they drink, see the house they live in. When you're told there's a primary school in a village and it is a 2-classroom school without a roof and without a teacher. When you see malnutrition and you see their children, how they look, then you understand what poverty is. And the reality is, even the poverty we see in the urban areas in Kano or Lagos is nothing. It is nothing. You actually have to go where the majority of our people live to know what poverty is. So the first question I think we have to ask ourselves as leaders, not just the political leaders, all of us, is, do we actually love the people, or do we just love ruling over them? Do we actually love Nigerians as human beings? You can say, I love Nigeria. What is Nigeria? It is the people who live there. What are our priorities? Many years ago when I was in banking, the president of the World Bank came and he had a town hall meeting. I think it was in the Sheraton or the Hilton. And he said he wanted to meet for a change ordinary Nigerians. And a gentleman from Kogi asked a question. It was an interesting question. He said, look, The village I live in, there's a river that we have to cross when it's not rainy season because there's no bridge. The only reason I made Abuja is that it's dry season and I could walk through that river to go and get a car. But my surprise is I came to Abuja and I saw so many bridges and there's no water. It was a profound statement. We build overheads and underpasses for ourselves, we build skyscrapers, and we think we are developing. Meanwhile, people cannot come out from their village to go to hospital. Pregnant women cannot get antenatal care. There is no concern, there is no investment in emergency services. Just yesterday, 115 people died in Mokwa from floods. So, I think we should come back to that basic question. Do we love the people? Because if we do, they will not be uneducated. If we do, they will not be malnourished. If we do, they will not die hungry. These statistics have no meaning. Unless, this is the only country where you say inflation of 25%, 30%, as I said, it rained yesterday. At 18% inflation, the price of everything doubles every 4 years. 18. We have been living with inflation of over 30%. For how many years? So imagine someone is just able to afford 2 square meals a day and the price of food doubles every 2 years. By now, he has starved to death. And finally, for all those who are saying, we have to be careful before the country, before we get into a crisis, please wake up. We're living with banditry, with Boko Haram, and you're still saying that there will be a problem. What are we waiting for now? We are already there. We are already in crisis. So please, let's stop saying, let us stop before. No, it has already happened. The question is, how do we get out of this situation? I'm going to keep quiet because if I speak for 5 more minutes, there'll be a very bad headline. Thank you very much.
You out by folks named Sarah Eugene Hakani. Hakani network mean anything to anybody in the room? How about Abdullah bin Laden, who gets some of that money? Does that name ring a bell to anybody in the room? Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding. If you think that the program under Operation Enduring Sentinel entitled Women's Scholarship Endowment, which receives $60 million annually, or the Young Women Lead, which gets about $5 million annually, is going to women who, by the way, if you read the Inspector General's report, is telling you that the Taliban does not allow women to speak in public. Yet somehow you're believing, and American people are supposed to believe, that this money is going for the betterment of the women in Afghanistan. It is not. You are funding terrorism, and it's coming through USAID. And it's not just Afghanistan.
The $40 million a week that comes on the airplane and comes into Afghanistan. So the plane comes in weekly. The amount of money on the plane weekly is $43 million to $87 million. But one thing I want Americans to understand is in that bucket of the $40 million we send each week, we are paying basically welfare to the Taliban martyrs' families. So every Taliban member who died during the war with us, the U.S. government is paying them a stipend, the family. So our families of Americans who died there aren't getting squat, but we are paying Taliban families for basically dying while attacking us.
Whoa.
Yes, we're funding that.
This is just enraging.
And you know, I asked a couple of people that question straight out, like, do you not think this is not ethically correct? And actually one person gave me an answer of, well, it'll stop them from joining ISIS. I'm like, the Taliban guy's already dead. Like, they give you these bullshit excuses as to why they're funding, like, our enemies.
You don't understand that the U.S. government has been running what created Al-Qaeda and ISIS since 1978? So 50% it's public. It's not even debatable. I mean, you understand the CIA and Mossad funded and controlled the hijackers or whatever they did on 9/11. That's like Fox News came out in 2001. You understand Israel created Hamas, right? That's what our governments do. They're criminal. The Israeli government does horrible, nasty criminal stuff. The British government does it. The U.S. government does it. They all do it. They're all in the same sick club. I'm so sick of hearing, they're just incompetent. They don't know that that's what, they didn't know when they gave $86 billion of weapons in the pullout that would end up being used in Syria. But they didn't know. They didn't know the spike protein would turn on people's white blood cells and give them vaccine-induced AIDS. That's just what it does. They knew 45 years ago. That Alex Jones, he's really whacked out, yeah. He just talks fast. That's just a bunch of gibberish coming out of his mouth. Bullshit.
The government ears Alex Jones, who has the largest audience in the country, bigger than any of the networks, the biggest megaphone in the country.
The deep state hates Alex Jones with a vengeance.
Alex Jones is the most extraordinary person I've ever met. All right, I started to get into Pam Bondi and the $2.7 trillion they found stolen. I didn't finish that. So I'm going to do that next segment. This is a short segment. And then I'm going to tie it in with the real target here that's not being discussed, except by the great Carlson and this broadcast. So you really want to know where the corruption's at that we can't get at right now with just Trump. We're going to break down one of the enemy strongholds. They're most powerful domestically when we come back. They're having Senate hearings right now, Congressional hearings. I can't even keep track of it. Here's one of the congressmen talking about a subject I'm going to be getting into later in more detail. U.S. aid Taliban money laundering scheme. Big article has come out about that. All the funding of Al-Qaeda and ISIS and all these groups. We're talking about billions and billions and billions of our government through USAID and other groups funding this. Here's a breakdown in Congress.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. USAID was created through executive order in 1961 by President Kennedy, long having lost and strayed from its mission, lost its direction. Even the Clinton administration tried unsuccessfully to reform it. And we spend, I don't know, somewhere between $40 and $50 billion annually on this organization. And with the things that you hear, well, many of us, probably most of us in this room, agree with projecting America's power for the good of all the world around the globe. Quite honestly, if our enemies were asked to design a foreign aid program that would actively undermine the United States of America at maximum cost to the taxpayer, they would be hard-pressed to create a scheme more effective than USAID. That's shocking to say, but I just, it's, look, let's just go to a couple things here. We left Afghanistan, and I'll characterize it as left in August of 2021. August of 2021. So the Taliban's in charge. Taliban threatens the lives of the NGO personnel distributing USAID. They claim credit for USAID distribution. They interfere with the distribution of USAID aid. They tax the beneficiary of the aid. They tax the delivery service. They steal the food commodities. They divert the funds. They extort citizens for protection for USAID aid. They create sham procurement schemes, and they threaten the lives of those who oppose those schemes. Now, that all occurred before August of 2021, when we were there. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You can just read. The Taliban is classified, and if you don't know, the Taliban's in charge of Afghanistan. They're classified as a specially designated global terrorist organization by OFAC. So post-2021, so this is last year, 2024, we spent $697 million of the taxpayers' dollars in Afghanistan, including $534,719,000 in change from USAID in Afghanistan. I don't know what we think we're going to change in Afghanistan. We lost lost or wounded 22,500 Americans in Afghanistan over the course of our term there in the war, spending over $2 trillion. We're just going to keep on spending because somehow we think it's going to get better. And if you want to break down the rest of the story when we come back.
All right, I want to finish up with Representative Perry speaking about USAID and the incredible betrayal that we have been witnessing, funding the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, all of it. And it's not like they're idiots who don't know this. They've been funding them since the late 1970s, and they use them against other countries. They just use them against Syria. They just put their current head of Al-Qaeda is the new head of Syria. CNN, I played weeks ago, like, this guy's really good. Sure, he used to be the leader of Al-Qaeda, but now he's not, and he's a good guy. Look, he let people have Christmas time. He let Christians go to church, didn't kill them. Of course, then they now are, the media hasn't paid attention to it. And so we've had CIA whistleblowers and others come out about it, but they know exactly what they're doing. And then they use it to attack America. And the Congressman was saying, you couldn't come up with policies better to hurt the country. And then all over the world, they export sexualization of children, transgenderism. That's what people think of America worldwide. That is done to make the world turn against America and accept the Chinese that come in and give them wells and electricity and hydroelectric dams and factories and railroads. So on one hand, they create and fire up these Islamic terror groups so they can take out enemies, but also attack us and then take our liberties away. That's well documented forever. And then they also go around with all this super unpopular stuff around the world, so the world hates us and rejects us. This is all formulaic, set up America for collapse. And they got us right up to the point of it. And Trump's going in and auditing thousands of these organizations and groups, not just the hundreds of federal agencies. What is there? 500 big ones? Thousands of sub ones? I mean, this morning I spent like an hour reading over a list. I mean, I knew most of them, but I had to remind myself that I was reading a bunch I'd never even heard of. I mean, you think I know, but I mean, 500 of them. 520-something big agencies, 523, and then there was like 3,000 sub-agencies and 1.5 million NGOs in the U.S. alone. That's not counting nonprofits. I can't even, it's... Let me explain it this way, and I'll get back to the terrorism and all the other news. The United States won World War II and was the new global superpower, and the world accepted our currency. And we had half the middle class in the world in 1950 was in the United States. Let me explain that again. The world did not have a middle class anywhere, a big one. We taught the world how to have one. And the globalists came in and said, we don't want Americans rich and successful and all this. We want to control this. We're going to just start siphoning the power and the money out and pass laws and regulations that deindustrialize the United States, and then we'll control that as the middleman. That's globalism, a screw job. They use communism at the grassroots to control people, but it's really a corporate, monopolistic, fascist system that has a transhumanist, eugenics, social Darwin culture, an anti-animist philosophy, anti-human. And Elon Musk talks about it at the meetings with all the top tech people a decade ago, or longer. And they're like, yeah, we want to get rid of the humans. Yeah, there's too many of them. Oh, come on. Stop defending humanity, Elon. We need less people, not more. And they would call you, you're an animist. That just means pro-human, team humanity. So, I know it's hard to wrap your mind around the fact that they really hate our guts, but they do. And now Trump's getting into all these NGOs, like the Kennedy Center, that's such an elite globalist combine. And they just found out it's totally bankrupt, maxed out everywhere, everybody's stealing the money. And why would they do that? Because they know the collapse was coming, and they were stealing as much as they could ahead of time, and then they were going to manage the collapse as if they were our saviors and bring in totally draconian social controls. On record, that's the Great Reset. So Elon Musk at the World Government Forum this morning, middle of the night here, told them they were going to have a big war for their reset and the shutdown of society. And so we're just having a war against their bureaucracy for the real reset, because we're in the fourth turning, which is what I told you 10 years ago, 6 months ago, yesterday. And it's not that Elon Musk is saying what Alex Jones says, it's how the world works. And I'm sitting here knowing the power structures, knowing the groups, knowing the different philosophies, the plans, and I'm like, this is really horrible. And I got people for decades going, oh, come on, man, you don't know all that stuff. You can go find out about it. This is actually the real world. And just what you can do in business with this knowledge for yourself, much less save civilization. That's why everything I talk about decades ago is like exactly in the news now, because this is what I do. I don't sit up here and talk out of my ass at you. Go watch a show from 10 years ago and then turn on a congressional hearing. Go watch a show from 25 years ago and watch Elon Musk speak. It's the same thing, word for word. Now, the reason you didn't hear this from other people 25 years ago is they come after you and they try to put you in prison or kill you. And they sure as hell sue the living snot out of you. So I built all this for the attacks I knew was coming. And like I told you years ago, I said, I'm just waiting these people out, letting them attack me, absorbing the attacks. And I was very thankful that they had chosen me as one of their main enemies to attack. Because it's not going to deter me. And I understand Hegelian dialectics that if I can survive and just hold on, it would only make us that much stronger in the end and give us the true avant-garde gleam that we have. Because we are avant-garde. The avant-garde of the avant-garde. So this is all God's plan. And God, I told you 25 years ago, told me all this. I've been saying this on air, that there'd be this great awakening and that this would all happen. And then God tells me, the Holy Spirit, cover this, cover that. Don't harp on that. Don't defend yourself too much. Whatever the plan is, because it's from outside of me, this knowledge. I'm just a receiver. All right, finish up with the congressman on this. I want to play the CIA whistleblower. She ran operations, major level, telling you the specifics of it. Here it is.
It's going to get better. And if you're wondering who's in charge of Afghanistan getting the money, and that money I just mentioned, the $697 million is on top of, in addition to the weekly to every 10-day shipments in cash of $40 to $80 million. Afghanistan is ruled by folks named Sarayuddin Haqqani. Haqqani network mean anything to anybody in the room? How about Abdullah bin Laden, who gets some of that money? Does that name ring a bell to anybody in the room? Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds and madrasas, ISIS, Al Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding. If you think that the program under Operation Enduring Sentinel, entitled Women's Scholarship Endowment, which receives $60 million annually, or the Young Women League, which gets about $5 million annually, is going to women who, by the way, if you read the Inspector General's report, is telling you that the Taliban does not allow women to speak in public. Yet somehow you're believing, and American people are supposed to believe, that this money is going for the betterment of the women in Afghanistan. It is not. You are funding terrorism, and it's coming through USAID. And it's not just Afghanistan, because Pakistan's right next door. USAID spent $840 million in the last 20 years on Pakistan's education-related program. It includes $136 million to build 120 schools, of which there is zero evidence that any of them were built. Why would there be any evidence? The Inspector General can't get in to see them. But you know what? We doubled down and spent $20 million from USAID to create educational television programs for children unable to attend the physical school. Yeah, they can't attend it because it doesn't exist. You paid for it. Somebody else got the money. You are paying for terrorism. This has got to end. I yield, Mr. Chairman.
Now, that's not completely accurate. They found, and the news went to one in Afghanistan, it was $167 million, a 4-room concrete building built a few years ago that already had the roof fall in. So that's not true. They did build one shack. By the way, Trump just signed the executive order. He's about to have the press conference on tariffs, and he says he will name names in that. That's how I got confused. He's like, he's going to name names in his, but there's other. So he keeps us guessing. I think the bad guys are even more confused. But since I mentioned her, here's Sarah Adams, high-level managing operations for the CIA. And boy, she's been running around making the rounds, really beating the drum, and I'm glad she has been in the last 6 months, because that's why a lot of this is coming out. She's put a spotlight on it. Here's a clip of her.
The $40 million a week that comes on the airplane and comes into Afghanistan. So the plane comes in weekly. The amount of money on the plane weekly is $43 million to $87 million. But one thing I want Americans to understand is in that bucket of the $40 million we send each week, we are paying basically welfare to the Taliban martyrs' families. So every Taliban member who died during the war with us, the U.S. government is paying them a stipend, the family. So our families of Americans who died there aren't getting squat, but we are paying Taliban families for basically dying while attacking us.
Whoa.
Yes, we're funding that.
This is just enraging.
And I asked a couple of people that question straight out, like, do you not think this is not ethically correct? And actually, one person gave me an answer of, well, it'll stop them from joining ISIS. I'm like, the Taliban guy's already dead. Like, they give you these bullshit excuses as to why they're funding, like, our enemies. So.
Well, I think that's a huge problem in America to begin with, is making excuses for that.
For terrorist sympathizing and not paying attention to the fucking money.
She looks like a smart lady. You don't understand that the U.S. government has been running what created Al Qaeda and ISIS since 1978? So 50%, it's public. It's not even debatable. I mean, you understand the CIA and Mossad funded and controlled the hijackers or whatever they did on 9/11. That's like Fox News. Came out in 2001. You understand Israel created Hamas, right? That's what our governments do. They're criminal. The Israeli government does horrible, nasty criminal stuff. The British government does it. The U.S. government does it. They all do it. They're all in the same sick club. I don't hate the British people. I don't hate the Canadian people. I don't hate the American people. I don't hate the Jewish people. What I hate is this criminal globalist cabal. And what Israel and groups like that do, people running it, is they go fund and finance the white supremacist groups and the patriot fronts. And people running Super Bowl ads to buy their swastika shirts to create the illusion that anybody criticizing Israel or anybody is a Nazi. Pretty smart. And pretty disgusting. I just want to stop nuclear war and have prosperity and not have crooks running everything. Can I have that, please? I don't want to live by way of deception. How about by way of truth? By way of truth, ye shall conquer. Lies. Stop it. You're going to get us all killed. It has to stop. We have to at least try to tell the truth and be good, or we will kill everybody. We're bad enough without trying to be evil. Just get it through your heads and stop it. You're too cute by half. Mossad, MI6, CIA. I mean, do you really think that woman doesn't know all that? I'm so sick of hearing, they're just incompetent. They don't know that they didn't know when they gave $86 billion of weapons in the pullout that would end up being used in Syria. But they didn't know. They didn't know the spike protein would turn on people's white blood cells and give them vaccine-induced AIDS. That's just what it does. They knew 45 years ago. That Alex Jones, he's really whacked out, yeah. He just talks fast. That's just a bunch of gibberish coming out of his mouth. Bullshit.
Oh, the CIA is just so stupid. We didn't know that it was going to terrorists. We didn't know that money for farming, for crops, 90% of what they grow is opium. We didn't know either.
I see you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am taking the deep state on at point-blank range with my intrepid crew. We have had such devastating effects together. Our information about the globalists operate has never.
2011, when he was governor and I was brigade commander, and I've seen in him a leader who thinks security, he eats security, he sleeps security, and wakes up with security. The period he served as governor, we all know what happened, what transpired. He is the first to invite me to the political terrain. I was in Benin, Cotonou. One evening he called me and said, come and join my political campaign for the primaries. And behold, I had no hesitation. And as such, what happened? What happened during the primaries? He came second in order of the votes. He scored 316, while President Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 1,271. And we have the sitting vice president came after him, and the sitting senate president came after him. The number 2 and number 3 in the order of precedence. What does that say? Means he has great political future. I see Amechi playing fully the political leadership of this country, and I think his political role has just fully started. Your Excellency, I say congratulations. Secondly, this is my opinion, my views. I am not a member of this government of Tinubu, you all know, but we played a prominent role in ensuring that he won the elections. But the topic, democracy and the Republic of Poverty, I want to take a historical perspective in context of our country. Please, this has essentially been done systematically and influenced by the International Monetary Fund and World Bank. And you will see, during the time of IBB, the Structural Adjustment Program and the Belt Tightening policies, the foreign exchange, the regulation started fully during IBB's period. And also, it went on for the regulation, Shagari's era, Obasanjo's presidency, Jonathan's presidency, and of course, Buhari's presidency. We saw gradual pauperization of the Nigerians. The poverty level continuously increases, gradually then. But the only difference with this administration is that it came more radical. It is massive and sudden. It was not gradual. Listen to me. It was not gradual like the previous administration. It has its own advantages, this radical position. It shows a change from what we have been doing. We've been suffering gradually and smiling. But this time around, it came out fully to show that we must get it right, because we cannot continue. This is my own opinion. The main challenge, finally, yes. The main challenge, or the main challenges And of course, disappointment of the majority of Nigerians are the seemingly insensitive or insensitivity to the massive impact of the government policy. Poverty and insecurity are real, and we all know. And we believe probably the second half of this administration will make a difference. Otherwise, I can see the coalition working hard. Thank you, and God bless.
With their subordinates. When I go to, una go say army work na by book. But once you reach money, una go dey use una hair, una no go use the book again. All the whole soldier benefits when they for inside the book, una don't sit down on top. Only una, they enrich all the whole benefit. But if you reach work, una go push the other and arm may go do the work. But if you reach money, una go dey silent. At that time, una take the go meeting. Una say a soldier life in no reach una. Go to other countries. Go to others. See their officers. They are having a good relations with their subordinates. When I go to Burkina Faso, I see a whole officer who is commanding the operation ground. Is eating in the same train, not be play to train when they say something for Nigeria. Is eating in the same train with their subordinate. But in the Nigerian army, a private soldier, a sergeant cannot even eat in the same table with a second lieutenant. Una they form high. That's why our problem, they form high. Other rank are ready to do the work in this Nigerian army. But the officers are the problem we are having. They are the one subdued, they are the one blocking the progress of the victory. I say the army, the victory is by God alone. If you cannot work for yourself, do you think God will come down to come and help you? I'm saying this. Soldiers are suffering. Soldiers are not getting any benefit in the system. Any soldier who injured from being where Medugri or any state, take it down to 44 in Kaduna, they know they take good care of that soldier. They plan to, if you get any bullet injury, they plan to cut your leg, and that your leg, in order to cut, they will cut them, so that you go just damage for life. And the money when federal government, the health insurance go they bring for that your treatment. The officer when they do for 44, now they charge the money. The drugs when the health insurance go they bring for soldiers when they not there all right. Now they go come they sell them for soldiers again. Which kind of organization be Nigerian Army self? Which kind of organization Nigerian Army self? So why can't be say other rank now don't become slave trade under their country, under their own uniform, under rank can't be slave to officers? Why can't be say what did they go they do to slave from who come from another country? They come they do them to a citizen of the Nigeria who stand to be a selfless service to his or our nation. Go to 44. May you see how the life of soldiers they for there. How they suffer there. A soldier get injury. If that soldier not get in your money for account, that soldier if they quit die. Now mostly waiting they kill soldiers, not be that. Because if any soldier get accident today, he injured today, Nigerian army is not taking care of that soldier. Now that soldier go to take care of himself. It happened to me. It happened to my colleagues when they sit there for the system now. Any soldier when get, if you are a soldier, you are ready to injure or you injure yourself mistakenly. Now your salary, you take treat yourself. Army officers no go care for you. It don't happen to me. I know where I enter inside the MROS. They don't give me better. They give me 1 year medicine. Why are they see medicine? I asked the woman, I said, what are those medicine when they did there? So he said they are meant for officers. Now insurance they bring them, they insure officer, they insure me. They come they give me roadside medicine. Now what did they happen for people for 44 be that? Any soldier when he injured during the fight, that soldier now money till they treat himself. No be army government they treat them or anything when they come from the health insurance officers. Now they chop everything. Soldier go they use their money. I know of my friend who just get injury now, he still gets surgery now. Is my colleague, the same community. Now him mama they send money from village to Ram. May tell I join the one when they have made they buy drugs, they treat himself for that 44. Wicked Nigerian army officers. Idiot.
we no go better for now. I talk am again. I say, commanding officers of the Nigerian Army, all the whole officers in Nigerian Army, both commanding officers, not commanding officers. So far you be officers. So far you say now God go punish you now for na bad work. Now be problem of the country. I say now God go punish you now. Now me talk am. Any officer when they see my face, when no me, I say me now me talk am. I say God go punish you now. Now me talk am. Look my face well. I dey fear now. Now God go punish you now. Since you say this Nigeria go fall, una no go fit stand as the military to make sure that una make a good Nigeria, so that other country go dey point hand to our country, to our securities. That look at them. Nobody make example with our army or our military or our security. All of una now how to go and buy houses in foreign land, millions dollars, and una they enrich una children, and una they enslave the citizens of this country who stand to come and serve his country as a soldier. Una they use them as a slave. I say, now God go punish you now. Now me talk am, now God go punish you now. I talk am, me guys say now God go punish you now. Una go say army work. Not. So I'm not calling you out. All the work now by book. Yes, all right. Major General A.E. Abubakar. If you find this video, the reason why they drag you be say, you know they do well. When Fulani herdsmen, they threaten soldier for Plateau State, you hear the issue, they report the case to your table, you don't do anything. When the people of Mangu begin their attack soldier, when they attack us that very night, they think say we na armor, they don't know say we be special forces, when they cancel waiting uncountable, you don't do anything. When Fulani begin to attack villages upon villages, you they hear them because they enter your table. You don't do anything. I look and say, this man, this GOC, wait till the mission. The village they cry say Fulani, they attack their village, they burn their houses. You now they do contract. You are a military personnel. Wait till come concern military personnel concern project. When Fulani they destroy people, they burn people house. You are busy building school for Fulani and boyhood for Fulani. Then the village are the best of us. Say army. They know they see you now the best of you. Then they stone us. They know they stone you. Wait till concern army work, concern political work. You know, so don't rubbish the army. Why the insecurity not go finish for Nigeria? Una keep quiet. When the village are they cry to our hearing, say Fulani they kill them, they burn their houses. Then you people are engaged in beauty school for inside bush for Fulani, beauty boyhood for inside bush for Fulani. We go talk to you go stay for AC. I got to look you. You come down. The people of Jos, they cry say Fulani they kill them. Then you now they collect contract. They build boyhood for Fulani. They build school for Fulani. How they go tell like soldiers? How they go tell like the army? But not be you now. What did they pay me? Not be you now that they rush. Not be you now that they stone. Not be you now that they cost. Now we, the laborers, we want to don't talk to laborers. Now we, those people they stone. Now we, those people they cost. They're not the cost now. Now from there, I forget you as an officer. How villagers go they complain of about Fulani problem, destroying their farm, killing them and burning them. Then now come they collect contract. Now come they build school for Fulani for bush. Come they build water for Fulani for bush. And what you don't do? We not build any rehabilitation center for the people of Jos where Fulani don't destroy their houses. Or now they go about. Come they build boyhood for inside bush for Fulani. They build school for Fulani. Fulani they go school. I will stay one day. Now me when I did here, now me enter that place. Now me with my boy, now we enter that bush. Go supervise people when they decorate that place. I see what you wanna write. Say military civil project. What they concern now with military civil project? What they concern now with civil work? What the politicians supposed to contract? What the politicians supposed to do? Army general come to do them. Not be politicians now. They use Nigeria to the place. So now where I forget you and I go drag you out. Now me talking. Go check that list for inside Mangu local government. Now me, my name dead here. Now me be the same person. When I create that problem, now me see they talk to you. So you are a bad leader. Major General A.E. Abubakar, you are a bad leader. You don't destroy Plateau State. Now you don't enter Meduguri. They come make you the theater commander. Attack begin the happen here and there. Who are you? Major General A.E. Abubakar. You are a wicked officer. You people bad. You are not ready to make Nigeria good. Only way you know. Now to they go each place, they become commanding officer. They collect money from your pocket. Did you know how many property you get for Nigeria? How much is Osara and how much is the entitlement? Your appointment, what you they get for there? You don't get house. And you, even your children, your wife, they are going to better school. So that when you they push, go die. They don't get that thing. How many soldiers die under your command when you be GOC? What do you do? Did you give a clearance command that they should clear everywhere because you are Fulani? You not Fulani. You support Fulani. Fulani go bomb people out, kill people. You don't get anything. What you want to do? You don't go do eye service. Put us there. Go the server for inside the country. You go to enter AC the waka. I blame politicians when they give you now the upper hand. When they don't listen to other, they listen to other. They don't listen now. They fall Nigeria one by one. Now they fall Nigeria by number. Or anything. Then somebody said, I should not judgment between the villagers and the Fulani. That is why I'm calling you out. I'm not calling you out for anything. Then somebody said, I should not call you out. Who says so I should not call you out? If it takes me 100 times to call you out, Major General Abubakar, I will call you out. You are not bigger than God that I cannot call out. Even God, people they call God out. The reason why I call you out, you never repair Plateau State, you don't command. Now so, it still be Major General A. Bagudu, who is now the chief policy and plan that does not have plan for soldier. He only have plan for his pocket and his family. He still serve for the same that just. The problem of just still remain the same. You never finish one side, you dey go to Meduguri. If not be money, they will not eye. Wait till you go find for Meduguri. Money, selfish interest, the selfless service is not there for any of our spirit or the whole Nigerian army officers. This message is directed to you again, Major General A. Abubakar. Under your command in Plateau State, I see many mistakes. You never finish one side, you dey run go one side. Don't you see that you people are not ready to do the right thing? Correction is only meant for the junior, but correction is not made for you people. Now lie. I am going to correct you guys. And you think that what see all of now they do now they right. Now get the right to do the right thing. Now get the right to do the bad thing. Now not be God. Even God, people see they question God. The reason why I call you out, you never repair Plateau State, you don't come out. Judgment between the village.
Hello everyone, una here oh. I say make I bring and come here, make una hear everything. Make you no be like say na only my mouth una take the hear am. I make me bring the tape, make we roll am. You understand? Meanwhile, T-Pain come out. He dey beg una oh. He say Nigerians please. Apparently, Fox News do expose on wetin Nigerians dey go through. Make I play that one for now.
2 days. As a Nigerian, ask yourself, are you better off than you were 702 days ago? Because it has been 702 days since Bola Tinubu rigged his way into power, not to lead, but to destroy. He has destroyed the Naira. He removed petrol subsidy without a plan, leaving millions stranded with skyrocketing prices and record-breaking inflation. He turned the economy into a playground for his cronies. He handed ministries to his loyalists, family and friends, not technocrats. Justice is selective, protesters are silenced, critics are hunted. Young Nigerians protesting are beaten and jailed for daring to speak. He promised renewed hope, but delivered renewed suffering and hardship. Food prices have tripled. Power supply has worsened. Minimum wage can't buy a bag of rice or fill a car's petrol tank. He calls it reform, but it's daylight robbery masked as policies. Insecurity has worsened. Crime rate is on an exponential increase. Killer herdsmen and kidnappers have been emboldened, leaving the Nigerian military demoralized. Nigeria is the shadow of a once great country. This isn't governance, it's Tinubu's second chance to finish what Buhari couldn't. So, no, you're not better off. You're not safer. Nothing is better. The economy is in ruins. And if this is what 702 days look like, imagine another 6 years. Nigeria deserves better. Bola Tinubu is a one-term president.
Yeah, I will share it on my, say right now, I didn't set up the other live so that you guys can see. I'll probably do it later. I'll come back maybe later and just, show that there was like they just crammed everything down because T-Pain is begging. You people here, are you people going to agree to his begging? He's begging you people. Ew, please. Please, Nigerians, please. If you not fall for him, more one chance. The suffering, no go be here. I see he took a leaf from the script of the Ugandan president. Remi Tinubu will soon come out with her own format. I'm telling you, D. Hey, I'll share it separately. Yeah, I will. So I say, wow, isn't this amazing? This man coming out to beg people. All right. Now, another thing that happened is that there's a leading NGO that was shut down over ties to Boko Haram and USAID funding. I mean, we already know that. I think the name of the NGO is International NGO Safety Organizations. Okay, let me read the article. This is from Parallel News. It says BAT's government has ordered the International NGO, a non-governmental organization that provides support for humanitarian services, to close down its services and leave the country immediately. Today, that's what the short form is, INSO, received a formal request from Nigerian authorities to suspend its humanitarian activities in the country, said the INSO country director, Nigeria, Zeljiko Tonsik, in a statement on Saturday. In strict compliance with this decision, INSO is immediately suspending all of its services to humanitarian partners in Nigeria. Mr. Tonsik, however, said the organization is ready to engage with the Nigerian authorities in order to provide a safe space for dialogue. INSO started its humanitarian services in Nigeria in 2016 and has since supported quite a number of non-governmental organizations with humanitarian lies after lies after lies. You guys know the story of these NGOs. The order of suspension from the Nigerian government has been tied to the organization's alleged suspicion operations, as several people in the humanitarian sector observed that T-Pain-led government was poised to use the organization's USAID Boko Haram link allegation as a tool to clamp on operations of humanitarian organizations in the country. Amid accusations that some NGOs fueled insecurity in the country, several people in the sector also expressed concerns that the government would issue more closed-down orders, which would significantly, abeg make dem go sit down. If na only this one T-Pain don do, okay, he's now wetin they call am, Traore, they open their eye. Okay, so na small pikin na they show them the way. Amid the accusation that some NGOs fueled insecurity in the country, several people in the sector also expressed concerns that the government would issue more closed-down orders, which would significantly affect millions of victims who serially benefit from humanitarian interventions in the country. Lies. In March, the government made attempts to investigate NGOs after U.S. Congressman Scott Perry alleged that USAID funding were inadvertently used to support Boko Haram activities, especially in the northeast. However, the investigation suffered pushback from NGOs, which described it as needless intrusion and infringement on their rights. Meanwhile, Zamfara government in 2023 ordered all NGOs to exit the state, accusing them of fueling insecurity with their illegal activities and non-registration with the government. Some years back, Governor Bagana Zulum also banned non-governmental organizations from distributing food relief to resettled internally displaced persons in 5 local government areas of Borno. Prior to this suspension, INSO had discontinued most of its in-person training services in several countries, including all hostile environment individual safety training, heist, and hostile environment and first aid training effort after US suspended USAID funding, which contributed approximately 37% of the organization's global budget. How? Everybody just dey chop wetin they just dey take advantage. Everybody, every lillipede, every creepy crawly is in Nigeria. Ow! Cronyism is part of our history. It did not start with Bat, and if we did not act fast, it will not end with him. Wise up. Exactly. Bami, welcome. So please, who are we going to vote for the next election? Because I'm a bit confused. Obi is my man, but Atiku ain't. How do I collaborate with Atiku? Atiku should go and sit down and be power broker. He should be the one saying, you know what, let's negotiate VP. Let me push this person as VP. The reason why, because the person loves Nigerians, wants Nigeria to work. His intentions align with that of PO. That's what Atiku should be doing. Atiku should take the back seat. He's a grandpa, great grandpa, great grandpa. Okay, he's 86. Engine don't knock. You no ever get him before. Because if he did very well, his everything he did would have shown. Everybody for feel him. They for so, oh, Atiku. He would have been on everybody's lips. So zero. He should sit at the back. Of course, support whatever coalition is going to happen for the good of Nigeria. He should take several seats. Now, that's my take on that, Bami. I don't care who the VP is going to be. All I care about, apart from Atiku, apart from all the old people, apart from people that have destroyed Nigeria, as long as Peter Obi is on top of that ticket, whoever I choose as VP, I don't care. Apart from those people I just listed. Can Bad tell us what the subsidy funds have otherwise been channeled into? From what I know, subsidies are removed to channel the funds into critical infrastructure, nothing to show for it, my sister, and development to deliver sustainable economic plans. What has Tinubu done with the extra income so far? You must be able to account for the income from removing subsidies. Story. These people are not going to provide anything. Did you see the party that they did for only 30 kilometers of roads that they built? You guys saw that, right? I'm sure you guys saw that, So I don't know. It's I think that left to me, I have said it and I will continue to say it. Nigerians are not even supposed to be waiting. We're supposed to take this power back by fire, by force. That's what we're supposed to do, to be quite honest with you. Everything that's happening in Nigeria right now is insane. But the people have been so beaten down, and I can't completely blame them. They've been beaten down so hard. Do you know Nigeria is infested with cults? Nigeria is highly infested. To know somebody who is not in a cult is by connection now. It's wild. Nigerians don't understand the dangerous levels that they've gotten to in that country. If this guy is not literally uprooted completely and the roots completely dug out and burnt, we are in for a long thing. Okay? We are in for a long thing. I don't know why Bami is confused. I don't know why. That's for him to answer. Me, I'm not confused. A lot of us are not confused. So if he's confused, I don't know for him. So people have been talking about these alleged allegations by the Akwa Ibom state governor, right? She came out and she was saying, daddy, whatever, daughter, call grandpa, tell grandpa you want to leave, one thing, right? Everybody have been saying it. It's still alleged. We don't know. I've been looking to see if there's a follow-up. I don't see the follow-up. I think the only follow-up I saw was a question they asked, I think they asked the governor, and he said something about, that she should not shame the family. I don't know. I'm summarized. I could be wrong, right? So that's about it. But of course, I'm still paying attention to see what would possibly happen. Yeah? So somebody came up with a solution, like a northern, this, I know I brought the guy's video here a couple of times, right? He has something to say. So let's listen to him. He say he has an ideology he wants to share, so let you people should listen to him.
Me, I don't like sitting on the fence, so I like saying things the way it is. This one where I talk, it go pain some people, but the question is, when he pain you, you should equally do justice to yourself and sit down and ask yourself the question, why they paying you? You see, the fact is, we can't be deceiving ourselves. We can't be lying to ourselves that we are one Nigeria on paper. But in practicality, we are not. The fact is, we're divided across ideologies. There are three dominant ideologies in Nigeria as a country, which is not new, which is not strange to what you find in other countries as well. And I equally feel that the government will do more justice to this in order for we to have the full manifestation of these ideologies. And what can the government do? The fact is, I still stand and insist that, please, President Tinubu, help us with regional system of government. Because by the time you help us with regional system of government, one of the conversations we're not having is the fact that there will now be full-blown manifestation of these ideologies. Not a situation where we claim to be one Nigeria on paper, but in reality we are not. And forget, these ideologies we are talking about is not something that will change over time. It's not something I see it changing very soon. I'm telling you, beginning to feel it's impossible for these ideologies to change. What is the regional system of government going to bring? Just like I said, the full-blown manifestation of these ideologies. Let's have a situation, because let's look at it. The regions are going to be formed according to ideologies, right? And the ideologies will equally inform the policies and the laws of that region to some certain extent. So when you look at it now, when you decide to have the North as a region on its own, the North will make policies and laws according to its ideologies, and nobody will fight that. That is to say, if an Igbo man now decides to go to the North to do business, you will know that he's coming to a different region, and this region now, possibly they feel say, they know they sell alcohol here, they know they do other things they feel like doing, so he will not be hot. Anybody that is preparing, any Igbo man that is preparing to go to that region now will prepare his mind. And there will not be anything like one Nigeria, they are cheating me, they are treating me bad. And at the same time, any person that is equally traveling to from the north to the east, you equally know that possibly they will make laws like we don't allow things like open grazing here. Open grazing is not our thing. You cannot dress tattered. We don't allow babambola here. And at the same time, possibly even some laws in regards, possibly they may decide to say in short, we don't, this is our own regional religion. Just like the North may equally do this is their own regional religion or whatever at the same time. And at the same time, the Yoruba man too, well, the fact is I just see, basically, when you divide these things across these regions, you get to see the manifestation of these regional ideologies, which is to that of the North now. Possibly we'll see the manifestation of something like maybe Afghanistan, Iraq, and possibly when you come to the Yorubas now, we'll now see the manifestation of like the United States, because it's a liberal region. It's accommodating and is founded on the principle of a Yoruba man first. On the part of the Igbo man again, we may see the manifestation of maybe something like Israel, because let's tell ourselves the truth. These are the representation of these ideologies to me. And as such, anybody, just like I said, moving to these regions will know this is what to expect. Unlike the Nigeria you have now, that when you say, when something happens, you say, boy, you say we are one Nigeria and you are doing this, and one Nigeria doesn't allow that. If any other region decide to say, okay, like anybody that blaspheme is normal to unalive him, fine. You should know that when you are going to these regions, you don't blaspheme or you don't do that. Though the fact is the government could have done something in curtailing this, but the fact is, let's tell ourselves the truth, the government is overwhelmed. That is just the fact. And when people come out now to make such videos, a lot of people take hot feelings and say, oh, he's talking about our region, oh, he doesn't like us or whatever. That is just the basic truth. Though in so doing again, there are regions that there are other ideologies that are silent. That is like regards this the minority in the north. The government will have to do that as well. I possibly feel there's need for creation of possibly the middle belt, because the middle belt cannot be fully affiliated or represented as being representing what the far north ideology stands for. That is the fact. And when you come to the east and the south now, there seems to be a little bit of problem as well. Though the fact is, I believe those problems are workable. But if they are not workable, give them their own regions too. So possibly you have the east manifesting as Israel, and maybe you may have some other parts manifesting as Colombia. I no talk name now, you know who they manifest as Colombia. But in as much as it sounds like a joke, that is the reality. Let's tell ourselves the truth. We are only one Nigeria on paper. Regional system of government will address that. Me, my side, you will say, we know the real cow. You cannot bring your cow and be walking around here. Me, my side, religion. It doesn't matter how you do, everybody must be respected. That is just me, in my own side, my own religion. This is the only religion recognized, and this is the law we are going to use in ensuring that that religion becomes the regional ideology. Fine. Everybody have his peace, and anybody that is not okay with whatever the region he is stands for, can actually migrate to other regions and do business wherever he feels like doing it. What is the big deal there? Let's not be deceiving ourselves and be telling ourselves we're one Nigeria. At the end of the day, things are just getting bad. That is just it. I don't sit on the fence.
Una here? That's a solution for you Nigerians that you people are fighting up and down. You cannot stay one. Everybody should go their separate ways. Do you think that this T-Pain government is willing to do it? You have some northern people owning oil wells in the south. What do you want them to do? Not be cry, they go they cry. Not only northerners, some people from the west too, from Yoruba land, they get oil wells for where no consign them for south. Matter of fact, most of the oil na im build wetin that they call the Lagos today. Everybody contributes to wetin Lagos be today. But guess what though? Me, I'm not even mad. How? Here's the thing. If every region goes back and build their own regions correctly, and everybody decides that, okay, you know what, let's leave Lagos alone because these people are pushing us out, they're saying we're not part of them, let's go and develop our communities. I think it would be a big, because we can't have only Lagos and then Abuja thriving, and then when you get there you getting insulted as if you're not part of the economy, as if you don't matter. Meanwhile, the money, the wealth of the entire country comes from you. The Niger Delta, the South, it comes from you. So my point is, you people need to decide what you want to do. For me personally, Nigeria suppose, everywhere don't suppose, we suppose know what they do by now. The reason why your government, your officials are getting away with so much crime is because they still say they're not the fear now. They're not the fear the citizens. Matter of fact, as soon as they make noise, they go they yimu. They are partying up and down. They dance. Okay? They are right now as we speak, they are having a party. They don't care. They are very far removed from you. They don't know what it means. They don't understand your sufferings. They are all cultish. You know, all of them belong to one cult. For that cult, they tell them say you cannot empathize with the sufferings of the people. Okay? So everybody needs to know what is. Everybody needs to know which side they belong to. If you people are for, okay, let's divide, let the process, let people start singing that song, whichever one is going to work for us, right? So, and again, thank you very much, Tracy, for reminding me. Most of the people in Lagos, they are on drugs. You see the pictures. Most, they have wrecked the lives of so many youths in different quarters in Lagos. Okay? They are, so my own thing is, I have said it, you people should leave Lagos alone. You people should go and build your, let me tell you, if you build your regions, most of these crimes that are happening, all these Fulani people that are traveling, calling themselves hunters, they go think am twice. But because your elite, they all converge in Lagos, they're all converging in Abuja, guess what? They don't care, right? If all your so-called fake elites, because then I not see all or none of them be elites for my eye, but if all the fake elites they pack go their different communities, most of the things when they happen, it no go dare happen. But they converge for Lagos. They converge. Meanwhile, now their funds they build in Lagos. Why not take those funds? Like this guy when he gets, is it IBTC? What be they call that guy from South when they Lagos? When he do start, what do they call am? The Excel. When he take on talk for news, say yes, indeed. Now Peter Obi na him win. I don't forget his name. I dey always forget the guy name, right? If he go in region, and again, most of these Nigerian politicians, whatever they are called, elite, fake elite, no mentors. They don't get mentees. They don't get people when they train. The ones that have good sense, that have good character, they don't train anybody. They carried all their knowledge and they buy with it. They don't train the younger ones. If you have better people in your community, for instance, you ought to have young people that you're bringing up. Most of these so-called fake elites ought to have people with good brain and good character. They ought to have people spread across House of Rep, Senate. We will not be in the problem we are right now. But because they're so selfish and self-centered, all they care about is about numbers for themselves and their pockets, so that you keep shouting hallelujah to their family and turn them to mini gods. They don't care. This is part of the problem. And then again, you say you want to divide into different regions. You now carry and divide into different regions. The devil, right, that you were running from at the federal level will now go and meet you in the region. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not here to decide which one you want or which one you don't want. Me just analyze the thing as I know am. You now go to your region. The likes of Wike, the likes of the governor that we have in Edo State, for instance, is it going to disappear overnight? No, it ain't going to disappear. It ain't going to disappear. The likes of all these bandits and terrorists that cut across every region, they will be there. They will have more power. Within that region, they will still find people to suppress. Are you understanding what I'm saying? They will still find people to suppress because there is a need for them to always have a one-up against everybody. They want you to be slaves to them forever. So you now have to decide which one is good for you. I agree that especially the North, I feel like the North is the most troublesome of all of this, right? Because the North now is so devastated, it's been devastated with so many terrorist groups in the North. So many. If you ask me, they brought it on themselves because their leaders, right, because of power, desperation for power, they go and bring import vicious people from outside of the country to come fight their battles. Now they are stuck with those people. Those people are sacking them. The only sad part is that they are now affecting the lives of innocent people. They are consistently going to the middle belt and unaliving people. This is the only problem I have. You understand? So I don't know. Again, for me, if you ask me, Nigeria needs just one tough leader. That's all. One person that will come with the hammer, with bleach, and with they call him, with vim. Not be vim when they call him. Yes, vim. Carry with Isaiah. Clean. You need to be clean. Clean everything cleanable. Right? Now that one, Nigeria needs. Without that being done, you are talking about regional or more, it will be bloody. It will even be worse than your federal as it is right now. My own thing is collect your oil blocks back from these northerners that they are not supposed to have it. Why are they having oil block in your land? Why? Who gave them the authority to have it? Who sold it to them? Take it from them. Collect your property back. Northern people have no business having. Do you have access to their gold? Do people from your place, do they have any buy-in to the gold and the minerals? They just discovered lithium in the north, in Zamfara State or where. One of their leaders have sold the mining rights to Chinese people. to come and mine the lithium for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why are you people allowing your mineral resources to belong to people? Is it is it one person's property? Is that oil not supposed to benefit mostly the indigenes of where that oil was sourced from, and then trickles to every other person because we are supposed to share each other's resources? Me, I'm not against anybody sharing the palm oil in my village, for instance, because we are rich in palm oil where I come from. We are rich in farming. If you ask me where I come from, rich in agriculture. I grew up there, so I know. If Nigeria was a sane country, that particular region is supposed to be the hub of agriculture. Fertile land, man. Nothing when you plant for there, and I can speak to every part of Nigeria. But because I grew up in that place, I know for a fact, rich in farm produce, agriculturally, fertile soil. And by the way, we have minerals of our own too. Hello? You understand? So, to me, if you say, and again, our strength is in our numbers. If you take a look at global politics, if you are familiar with geopolitics, you will not be sitting here and talking about divide. You might talk about, okay, let every region take, let everybody go, then let the central be dormant. Like you just have a titular head, and then every region will pay a percentage to the head for maintenance and all of that, right? But say divide, we will be doing ourselves a great disservice. This is me, I don't get any, I'm not getting anything to lose or gain. Divide will still, nothing, Nigeria never do anything for me. I'm just saying, together, now we go fit take exit all these Nigerians are great now because we did together. The moment everybody start to do their own, you can realize, say, the devil that you were running from, you going to meet them in the region. Is it the likes of wetin be the governor of Imo State? I don't forget the name now. Now you want to go run go meet for region. Or the Enugu state governor, when we say all the people that they buy them like termites. The man one day, bam, he no cough. He no come out when they can't even acknowledge, say, they are buying my people. I'm worried. Not even a statement, not a fear. Fulani fear, I never see. Wetin Fulani do to them, whether they blow their powder, I don't know. The man, bam, he no talk. As a buy in people rich. You understand what I'm saying? You go to the region, those kind of things are happening. Who do you run to? Where do you cry to? You understand? Is it the people that are into most of these so-called, we are now finding out? See the man when they just catch now, when they unalive people, they collect people organs. The native doctor, when they find out, say now, when they say get money, na billionaire, everybody, and they quick hear the word billionaire being thrown around in Nigeria, go they say, hey, ẹbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run, billionaire from where to where, please? From where to where? How is he making his money? Okay, now the guy discovered that this is what he was doing. Now one girl, when he scream, when he follow papa go farm, God go bless that girl. Oh, now he save himself and his family in the end from everlasting tears. Scream when the girl scream. Vigilantes, thank God for vigilantes when they active. Catch the people when they try to buy her, take her organs. Come find out, say, now this native doctor, now they do am. Come reach in compound, dig hole, they come see different people body inside there. He go come out, he dey spray money. Money is water. They spray money. See, when I dey talk, say, I dey push against all this excessive show off online by some celebrities. People will come and say it's their money, it's their business. No. In a sane country, that should not be happening. You have very impersonable young people. When we say that they look at it, they go to say in a different world they come. More not sorry for other people's children. Even if you're not the sorry for now, more not sorry for that, but you're not there, no empathy. Now they don't catch the guy. The guy is saying go name names. He ready to name everybody when they involved. When they buy market from his hands. You understand what I'm saying? How many want you? There's no place in Nigeria, nowhere where they get good governance, apart from Abia State. Apart from Abia State, standing alone, towering, proudly. No other state can can say anything. Abia State does not tolerate insurgency and in their state. Like the man took care of it ASAP. How many of your governors are like that? If you now move to the region, you'll be stuck with the most criminal, the most demonic, the most devious of them all. Me, I'm just saying, this is just my thorough kobo. Uzodima, thank you very much. Not only that, their leaders refuse to educate them. Bam. Because they want to use them to be doing election and adding numbers. Then be using children to show up their votes. You understand? Exactly. Nasarawa State. Divide will lead to serious boundary dispute and bam. Thank you. Because people, all the boundary lines when everybody say they get, when they will come out and say, no, that's not what my great-grandfather said. The line start from here. This one say, no, the line start from here. This one say, no, boundary wahala. People are not thinking about that one. Everybody, the whole country go full blown out war. Ethnic group against ethnic group. Every community, is that what you people want? You people need to be thinking in terms of geopolitics. Don't be thinking only of your selfish interest. Oh, let me have my own. I want to have my own. I want to have my own. The most vicious people are in your own. Abi, you think they will travel? You think they will travel when they divide? The most vicious people are in your own. They're all over the place. They're all over. What are you talking about? The same thing is for us to make sure that this geographical region is fixed with a tough-handed leader when you know what they do. Leader when he stand for ground, he go crush everything under him feet. Give the right people the opportunity to do the work. Put the strong institutions down, tighten them for generations and generations. Warn the upcoming generation. If you people lose this, you are on your own. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what I think, but what do I know? What do I know? Because I can tell you for free where I come from. There are people who feel they are more superior than others. There are people who want to go back to this 11th, 10th century worship of traditional leaders. They are okay with it. There are people who will give up their children to be slaves for eternity. Me, I don't believe in that crap. So you not tell me, okay, go and have your own place where I want fit in. Please tell me, when my own vision about life does not align with that, what now happens to the likes of us? That means they will become enemy of the people when they want to be slaves forever. That's what it means, right? People that want to remain slaves forever will not be enemies to them. Mbano. Nigeria must work. It must work for all of us, because I don't have to live in my state, for instance. I can decide, okay, I want to go to Abia State because I like the governor, I like the way of life, I like the things he's doing, and go and buy land there and do my business there and live a peaceful life. You understand? But for the sake of those that are coming up, I want also my state to work. Hello? Do you understand? I don't have to be in my state for me to wish it well, okay? So let's be thinking. We need to know more about geopolitics, understand how these things affect you. Outside of Africa, nobody sees you as they know whether you are from west, south, north, east. They don't know that. They're not going to ask you. How many times I've been asked, do you know so and so person, they live in Kenya? Please, how West Africa take connect to Kenya? They don't even know that. They don't even know say West Africa na continent. First of all, they believe in a state, na country. So what are we talking about? People will ask me, do you know somebody from Burundi? Do you know this one from South Africa? Do you know this one from Uganda? I take connect. Do you understand? Do you know this person? You look like a friend of mine from Sudan. You look like this one from this Ethiopia. Oh, hello. So we need to understand. We need to really understand these things. We need to stop being selfish. It's not about you, man. The world is bigger than you. Africa is bigger than you. Nigeria is bigger than you. We can change them because me don't like the name Nigeria. That's one of the first things I will push. That name needs to be changed because that name is not a good name. The only God knows we take survive rich as we did. So that name is not a good name. That name is a curse. Okay? I think I've said enough. I keep quiet. I beg. Uzodima, God go bless you, my sister. Nope, Israel not doing nothing. Oh, the man is a CIA agent. He's into drug. They push drug. You understand? When he got in, the democratic government, they closed their eye. They let him in. Okay, that's what we are stuck with. Oh, he's an agent of you people's country. The AES leaders are trying. Yes, they have good governance, but please, if you can tell your country people, they should come and collect their agent. We don't want. The man is into drug dealing. He gave up money, 460,000 to your government for drug dealing. They use him as an agent. Now he's now, they now put him in Nigeria so that they can have access to all our mineral resources. Now that one, now we dey fight since. Now we dey look for how we wan take comot since. So abeg, tell your people to come and collect their agent. He was in Uni Abuja for the electoral reforms. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. Well done to him. Oh. Let me see. Randy Peters. Did he even share the video? Randy Peters. Let me see if he shared the video. Okay, there we go. Oh, interesting. All right, let me so I'm going to play that. It's 5 minutes long. I'm just going to play. It's a very short one. In fact, my white colleague thought Africa was a country and that Nigeria and Ghana were towns. Bam. Do you understand what I'm saying? Bam. That's it. They don't care. They do not care. As they see you, they'll say, okay, black. She's black. That's all they care about. They'll be asking you, oh, do you know so and so from Burundi? I have a friend from Zimbabwe. Do you know them? This is how ignorant these people are. So here's the thing. Everybody needs to understand. Everybody. Geopolitics is your friend. Understand how people view you in the world. Understand how they see you in your minute, small tribe. Go and understand it. Before you come and start shouting, divide, go and understand it. The strength Nigeria has is in its numbers. If una dey talk divide, you people are doing yourself a great disservice. A word is enough for the wise. If una say na inside fire and I wan enter, I can't stop you people. But I go sha talk my own. Lonnie Bennett, yeah, exactly. One flag, no borders, one state of Africa. That's what we are pushing towards, my brother. Me, I want it to be like that. Let Nigeria be on your own, but let all the leaders be in agreement. It is what the people want, not what some outsider wants. Your African Union organization, only white people in the meeting. That's who. It's almost like the AU is for the Oyibo people. It's not for you, it's not for me. The same thing with ECOWAS. It's not for you, it's not for me. So what are we talking about? The only hope we have now is this AES. Me, I'm praying it continues to grow. Other leaders open their eyes and join them. Wow, that's it. That's my prayer. Because those people, they are more interested in the livelihood of the people, the safety, the security of the people. Okay? Not your fake ECOWAS and fake AU. They don't send. All they do, they share money. They promise the leaders, oh, we're going to give you this, give you that. They forget about the people. They do not care. Tracy, you, they laugh. Captain Traore should enroll African Americans across the Atlantic to come and fight and build. He cannot trust anybody right now. Lonnie, I understand what you're saying, but no, we cannot trust anybody right now. I beg. The man needs to build his country, put the necessary structures in place, have ways of vetting. He can't even trust fellow Africans, not to talk of all African Americans. He cannot trust fellow Africans. So please, me, I don't want Ibrahim Traore to enlist anybody right now. I beg. If at all he's going to enlist, it has to be strict process. We have too many betrayers, too many Uncle Toms, cones amongst us. Too many people that will sell their lives out just to please the Western people. No. Okay, there's some people who they love that their Starbucks coffee, vanilla latte, oh, mochaccino. You understand? They want to continue to have it, so they'll collect small box to go. No, I beg you. Ibrahim Traore with a goddamn spiritually, psychologically, physically, and mentally. Nothing must occur to that man. Nothing must happen to him. We they watch am like hawk. They watch you. We they watch am like eagle. They watch you. Nothing they happen to that man. We they watch. We ourselves. We they take turns to go lie down spiritually for roundabouts to make sure his life is secure. So now is not the time to enlist anybody. I beg. We are very concerned for him. So yeah, everybody can do their own. Lonnie Bennett, yeah, you can create your own and find a way to connect with people from Burkina Bay and all of that. Yeah, each person gets their own when they fight for. You understand? So you create your own little group of people, and then obviously over time you get more people in that are interested in the growth and development of Burkina Faso. Because even amongst Africans, that man cannot trust people. I'm very happy that he's very wise. Even when the America sent what's it called, a group of people to meet with him, right? He did not come out to acknowledge them. I'm very happy about that. We cannot trust anybody, please. Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore right now is like our baby. You understand? It's like our baby. It's like, your parents leave you in the house and say, take care of your younger ones, at least in Africa. Take care of your younger ones. Anybody, if anybody knocks the door, you tell all the younger, do not go to the door unless I come, unless I answer the door. Do not. You protect the home front. That's what we are doing right now. He's our son. He's our brother. He's our father. He's our grandfather. He's our uncle. He's our cousin. All wrapped in one. Okay? So, yeah, all kinfolk. Yeah, Mr. Manuel, greetings. So, welcome, my brother. God protect Ibrahim Traore. I'm telling you, I beg that man with a watch and like eagle, because nothing must happen to him. Now that one, I be the head one. So now all the AES leaders, not just him, Chiani and the other one from Mali, all of them, God protect them. Even the one from Guinea, even though I not like the fact say go marry a Oyibo woman, you not see black woman marry, because I can tell you for free, na agent now you put for her. So all these our African brothers, may no African may no Nigerian go marry Oyibo come say want be president o. In case there's any future president here, mo na hear word o. Mo na no go carry foreigner come dey think say we come give una. E no go happen. Abeg, our eye dey red o. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Bam. That's it. Thank you very much, Tracy. All right, good for you. Good, Lord Lonnie Bennett. Good. I don't need to inbox you. That's fine. Do your thing. Everybody has their own work cut out for them. So everybody's doing their own thing. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Continue to lift him up, and speak up for him every time you get the opportunity. That's what we all need to do. Because if Africa works, trust me, the world will balance. There's no balance in the world now because Africa is in turmoil. Take it or leave it, So anyway, guys, now here. Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to play Randy's video. I'm glad I remembered. All right, it's just 5 minutes. So Tracy, this now for you and everybody else.
Oga is doing a lot. How many of us are active on X? You will see the work. So if we say police, if police is not your friend, that means you are not your own friend. Because you know police are Nigerians. Na person papa, na person mama. The Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Inuko, Sunday, and all other active members of the school administration. It's already been a long time of talking, so we need to go into the activity for today. But I just want to quickly, as I have been instructed, I thank the organizers of this program. How many of us students have been mobilized with something for votes, for you to vote somewhere? How many of us want to collect maybe salt, maybe rice, maybe spaghetti, or Maggi, Fanta? How can you be that cheap? How can your vote be worth just one plastic Fanta? We know they don't think the way they do vote by it, they are not here. They are in other places. All right, thank you very much. I just want to let you know that what I represent or what I stand for is the rule of law. That everything is done with following laws. Today, our INEC chairman for here today, Comrade Asia, he don't go out. He has promised us free, fair, and credible elections. I don't know whether he will use BVAS or IREC. But you know the important thing. In Nigeria, you know say everybody complains about Nigeria. But somehow we make it look as if the people we are complaining about are aliens from another country. So for the place where you get the small side where you may be misbehaving, but you go blame another person where they somewhere else. Unknown to us that if country spoil, everybody has there, and if country go good, everybody's hands must be. You who is contesting today, why are you running for office? Shena, because there is one card that will write 001. Then you two begin to collect small change, put for pockets. You believe you are now more than every other student. Or is it out of a sacrifice that you know that you will make? It is a serious commitment that amongst equals, you are built as a leader to serve others, not to rule over other people. So we are charging all of us as young people today. We just finished yesterday, we paid our citizenship to National Assembly. What are we asking for? Electoral reform. Let Nigerians not die because of election. Let INEC be transparent like in many other countries. That is what we are doing here today. So we appeal to you as students, as young people. During my own time in the university, there was a time when the riots, so in the midst of the riots, they were looking for the...
Okay, well that's it. So guys, this is the end of it. But for those of you that are interested in hearing about Burkina Faso and all of that, I'm going to be streaming, one of the people who's always bringing, educating people about. I'm going to be streaming it in the next couple of minutes as soon as this live is done. So you guys, whoever is interested in hearing more about Burkina Faso and wanting to hear about, hear the conversation, you can join the next live that's going to be starting in a few minutes. Lonnie Bennett, yeah, you can help. There are ways to help. So I'm going to the stream I'm going to be bringing to my channel right now. You're probably going to get some information about how you're going to help. I'm not part of that group, so you can reach out to them. It's a TikTok live that's currently going on, and I usually listen to them sometimes, So I'm going to be streaming that, and if you're interested in that, you can wait and join my live stream. It's going to be coming up shortly. So to everybody else, Mr. Manuel, thank you very much. God protect Ibrahim Traore, the AES as a group, and also Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the T-Pain, aka T-Pain, aka Emilo Khan, aka Ebin Power. He is a one-term president. He is leaving. We must ensure that we uproot this man come 2027, since Nigerians are not ready to take over the streets. So with that, I say have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you on my next one. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, exactly. OTP, bam, that's it. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah. Oh, Michael, thank you. I'm glad I was able to do that. I wasn't sure I was going to come on this morning. No, I kept thinking, I beg, make I just chill. But almost we got to keep fighting. As I they do other things, I they think Nigeria matter. So anyway, I heard, by the way, to all the farmers in the house, farmers at heart, whatever. I'm going to be inviting this guy, the activist, for natural foods and seeds, our organic food and seeds, and kicking against GMO and all of that. I'm going to be inviting him at some point, but I'll let you guys know once it is set. And then we'll take it from there. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, you're interested in farming and you want to hear more about organic seeds, please don't miss it. The guy has a wealth of information and knowledge. Okay, all right, guys, head over to the next stream for Burkina Faso live. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Greet madam for me, Michael. Bye.